Hi guys, good evening. Okay, let me share my screen. Yeah, today what we need to discuss. Yesterday we are discussing about the browse screen, right? In the browse screen, there are different gallery, different elements are there. All those elements, how it will work. Each and every element having what are the different properties are there that we discuss it, right? So today we are discussing about the details form in that particular screen. Okay, so powerapps.microsoft.com. Yeah, sure, definitely. And today I will share the notes in the Google Classroom. Please check it from there itself. Understand, Kundan? Okay. You guys are added in the Google Classroom. Okay. If you guys are not added in the Google Classroom, please check with Shyam. He will added you guys into the Google Classroom. Understand? Select an environment, and after this, okay. Sorry. So yesterday we are discussing about the browse screen. In the browse screen, we have like a different elements are there, and each element having what are the different properties and everything that we discuss it, right? Okay. So that means yesterday we completed the browse screen, like what are the different properties and everything we can take it. Okay. So and one more thing here it is like if you there are three screens are created, right? Okay, actually browse screen, detail screen, and edit screen. Okay, so what in each screen, what are the different elements they are taken, what are the different properties, automatically power apps will be created, and everything that we can discuss it. Okay, so that means in this particular browse screen we can see. Okay, three column values each row wise. That's it. You can see the data. That's it. Okay. If you want to see the complete data, that means you have to go to the detail screen. So what is detail screen? That means which record you are selected, that related records, in that related records, you can see all the columns, what values are available under that particular row. Okay. So that means I'm selecting one of the row. Like see here, the first name is Blanchy, right? So for Blanchy related, what are all the columns are there? For all the column, what value is there? Only for Blanchy, only we can see it, not for all the records. Only we can see the Blanchy related. That means his name is Blanchy, right? So for his detail, that means for this particular name, what are all the details are available? That means all the columns, what values are available in that particular one. we can see it in the detail screen. Understand or not? Okay. So in this, so what we have to do is here, when you click on this particular one, okay. So by clicking on this only, we can go to the detail screen. So for this, we have to use two functions. Understand clearly. What are those two functions is? Let me show you. That means if you want to move the screen, move from one screen to another screen, they are creating it, they are using a two functions. One is navigate function. Okay. In the navigate function, you have to mention the screen name. Okay. Whatever screen you want to go with, that screen name you have to give here. Understand clearly. For navigate, in navigate function, what screen you are mentioned, screen name you are mentioned, to that screen you have to navigate to that particular place. Understand? This is one function. Another one is these are the two different functions, navigate and back function. What back function will do? This is also a function. This function always go to the previous screen. You are coming, that means when you click, when you use navigate function, this is fixed. This is fixed function. That means what screen name you are mentioned there, okay, then to that particular screen only always it will goes. But when you are going with the back function, that means previously from which screen you are coming, always it will go to that particular screen. Okay, so don't worry. After completing this, all these screens, we need to discuss what are the different functions are there, how those functions will work, each and everything I will explain you. Understand? Don't worry. Okay, so for this, so what I have to do is when I click on this one, I have to go to the details screen. For that, what function? See here, select that particular one. There is an on select property is there, right? Okay, this on select property, in on select property, you have to write the function like navigate to that particular screen. Understand clearly? Suppose, for example, I'm writing like this, navigate. Just this is a function. To which screen you have to go? You have to mention that particular screen name. Understand? Don't worry. After completing all these screens, we need to discuss individually like what functions are available in Power Apps and how you can implement in with examples I will show you. Okay. Understand or not? So for this particular icon, we have on select property is there. In that on select property, if you are using navigate function, always it will go to this particular screen itself. So that's the reason. See here, when you click on this particular one, see automatically it will go to the detail screen. See here, understand clearly or not? So if you want to go to the particular screen itself, then you have to use a function called navigate. Okay. So for anything like button also you can write it, for icons or also you can write it. Don't worry, we can discuss more on this particular one. Okay. So yesterday's class, we are discussing about the browse screen, right? So today we need to discuss about detail screen. Understand? So from browse screen to you are coming to detail screen means, so you have, by using some functions, you can come to that one screen to another screen. Those functions are like navigate is the function. Navigate function means moving from one screen to another screen is called as navigate. Understand? So that means when you come to the detail screen, okay, see here, this is a detail screen. That means on which record you are clicking on that particular one. Suppose I'm clicking on this record, that related record details for all the columns, it will show it. Understand? See here, Germany. See here, that means what related records it is? Germany, Germany. Okay, that related, that means his name is Germany. That related information only. That means, so in this particular Germany related, in the data source, what columns are there? Those column Germany related, what values are there? Here itself it shows in the detail. Because I want to see what information is available for this particular person. Then in the browse screen, you cannot able to see that one, right? So that's the reason we need to come to the detail screen. Understand? In detail screen, so if I want to show this one, they are taking like in Power Apps, but in default Canvas app, they are using forms. Okay, what is that? Forms. Okay, what is a form? That means, you know, right? When you go to that any particular bank or something like any government job you are applying, means you need to fill the form, right? Those similar like that, I want to show it. Then you have to use in Power Apps, forms are there. Forms mean just you need to fill the details, how it will be there in the form manner, like individual records. That means that in that particular application, your details only need to save it, right? So here also same like that. In Power Apps also, we have a different two forms will available. One is display form, another one is edit form. Understand or not? So if you want to show the information in form manner, like how you are filling the form, same like that, I want to see the details. Then you have to, in Power Apps, we have to use, there are two forms are available. One is display form, another one is edit form. Okay, Vijay, if you want to show the details, why the two forms or two different forms are required? One is enough, right? Then why we need to take the two forms? Because see, there are, see, in these two forms, each form having a different behavior. Okay, in display form, we can see only the data. That means what columns are there for that columns. Okay, what values are there? Just viewing purpose, you have to take the display form. Understand? If you want to view the data, then you have to take the display form. So if you want to take the display forms means, then here under insert, you will have, see here, you can type like a display form. See here, display form. This form is only for view purpose. You cannot change any column value in display form. Understand clearly? Okay, so if you want to modify the column value, then you need to take edit form. What is that? Edit form. Okay, if you want to change the values in that particular form itself, then you have to take edit form. So you have two forms will be there. One is display form, another one is edit form. That means in the form manner, if you want to show the data, then you have to take in Power Apps as forms. So which one you need to take, you have to decide, like display form or edit form. Display form, always you can view the data, and edit form will always modify the data. Understand or not? So in detail form, just I want to see the data in form manner. Okay, then I'm taking as a display form here. Okay. Okay, see here, display, see here, in this particular display form, not only this one, this is a one of the element. Under this, in this particular screen itself, there are different elements are there, like form element and labels also. See here, this is a label. Okay, and this is a label, and this is an icon for this one. That means I want to move from this screen to, when I click on this particular icon, I need to go to the previous screen itself. Understand? That means browse screen. Okay, I want to go to that particular screen. Then we have, right? You have to use navigate function. Navigate is the function which can move from one screen to another screen. So for this one, this is just a label. Okay, what type of label you want to show it, you can represent that label here itself. Understand? By default, I'm giving the table one. By default, this is the static value I'm giving. So under that particular text property, in the formula bar, you can give the name, or else under the select that particular element, and you have right side, there is a properties, right? Under the text, you will have here also you can change it. Whichever you want, you can use it. Okay, next one is, this is another icon, trash. That means whichever value you are selected. That means when you click on this particular trash, I want to delete a particular row. Okay, so if I want to delete a particular record, this is complete having one record. It is, if you want to delete any particular record, then what you have to do, you have to use the different options. Like I'm using one of the icon like trash is nothing but I'm taking this icon. By taking this icon, so I'm applying I'm applying some functions and delete a particular record. Understand or not? I will tell you what is a different function, what function, which function, what it will do, and everything will explain you. Okay, but this is a default one, right? So default canvas app. So that's the reason just we need to observe like what things are happening here. Okay, so when you know each and every function, after that by your own we can create one canvas app, blank canvas app. We need to create it and see how the results are getting. Understand or not? So if when you click on this particular one, I want to delete a particular row. For a particular row, if you want to delete a particular row, you have to use a function called remove. Okay, remove means what remove function will do? That means whichever row you are selected, that related record only we can delete it, not all the records. Understand or not? So this is the function is used. Okay, so another one is, this is the one. This icon is for editing the data. Suppose, for example, in this particular detail screen, we can just see the data. After seeing the data, I thought that I need to modify one of the column value. Okay, then here itself, I don't want to modify. Then what I need to do? I need to go to the another screen. In that screen itself, I want to modify the data. So for that, they are taking an icon called, okay, edit icon. What is this? Edit icon. In this icon, they're using a function called edit form. Okay, by using edit form, they can modify. That means we need to go to we need to go to that particular screen, and in that screen, what modifications you did it, all the things we can do it in the app. That means what modifications you did it, that it will be happens in the app as well as in the data source also. Understand clearly? So that is the one. And coming to this is the form. Okay, when you come to the form, okay, this is a form. So for this form, okay, so what columns are there in that particular data source? Okay, so we have n number of columns are there. Okay, so whichever columns is required in this form, you can take it. But in the gallery, it is not like that, right? We cannot take n number of column values. Okay, we can show maximum 3 columns only. But in the form, you can show n number of columns. Okay, in the data source, what columns are required in the form itself, you can take all the columns. Understand or not? So let's see here. Okay, so that means, so we'll see here, whenever you are selecting a particular form, okay, on the right side, it is asking, first it is asking the data source. What is this? Data source. Okay. So that means, so which data source you want to connect it? We are already connected with OneDrive, right? In the OneDrive, what is the table name? Table 1. That I'm choosing here itself. Understand? After choosing that one, under that particular form, what columns you want to take it, where you can choose it. That means you have to select the form. On the properties, there is an option called edit fields. When you click on edit fields, okay, here itself, whichever columns you want it, you can add it. Whichever columns you want to remove it from here itself. Understand clearly. So first of all, see here. So what I need to do is, see, I'm taking a different column, first name, last name, location, but you want to arrange it properly. But here, agent name, first it will shows it. I don't want to show the column name as first it is agent name. I want to show you first column as first name, last name, location, passport number, VIP. There is an order you can arrange. In the form itself, you can arrange the columns in which order you want to see the values. In that particular order, you can arrange it. How you can arrange it? Like suppose, for example, drag and drop, and which location you want it, you just put it there itself. Okay. And last name also. Okay. And the agent name, customer number, date joined, before that location I want to put it, and passport number, VIP level. Okay, like this. So you can arrange the proper order also, you can do it here. Okay, what you need to click on? Edit fields. Okay, in the edit field, you can add the fields from the data source, whatever columns are there, you can add all the columns, or you can remove the columns from here in the form. Okay, I want to show few of the columns. Then whichever columns is required, you can keep it those columns, and remaining columns you can remove here. Let's see how we can add the columns. Okay, first of all, when you click on edit fields, okay, there is an option called add field. Okay, when you click on this one right now, we are all the columns are added. Suppose I want to remove a column here, then what I need to do, I mouse over to that particular column. There are three dot buttons is there for that particular column. Click on that one, you will see an option called remove. Suppose I remove the one of the column, right? So I want to add a particular column. That means here, whenever you click on add field, see that column is available. That means in that particular day, if the columns are not available here, means whatever the columns are available in the data source, all the columns are added in this form itself. That's the reason that means when you click on a add field, if you are not able to see the columns here, that means all the columns are added. Okay, so if all the columns are added, no need to see those columns here itself. If the columns are not added, those columns are available here itself. Understand the difference. Okay, in whenever you click on edit field, add field, when you click on add field, if you are not able to see the columns, okay, then the meaning of that one is the columns are already added in the form. Understand clearly or not? Okay, suppose for example you want to remove that particular column in the form itself. See here, what columns are added? Definitely all the columns, you can see it in a proper way. So I want to remove a particular column. Then what you need to do? Again, you need to go to the edit fields, and which column you don't want to show it in the form, that column you have to remove it. See, mouse over to that particular column. Which column you want? Mouse over to that particular column. There is a three dot buttons is there, and click on the three dot buttons and click on remove. When you click on remove, that particular column is removed from the form itself. See here. Okay, is that column is available in the form? No, that column will be removed from here. Suppose if you want to add that column again, then you need to click on add field. When you click on add field, see passport number is available here. Understand clearly? Select that particular one and click on edit. Then now the column is showing here. If you want to arrange it properly, then you can see here, and in which place you want it, you can put that particular place itself. Understand? Under each and every column, when you expand the column, okay, you will have the details of that particular column. There is a control type option is there. When you click on control type, see, if it is a, suppose for example, first name, okay, if it is a first name, like that means this is a text, right? That's the reason the control type, it will take it as view text. Okay. Okay, suppose if it is a phone number or it is a mail, then you have to choose the control type as respective of that particular type. Okay, if it is a phone, then you have to choose phone. Okay, like this. When you select a view phone, then automatically under that particular value, it will underline symbol will comes there. Okay, so whichever control type you have want to select it, very important, this control type. Okay, sometimes you have to use it. Okay, so click on this one, expand this particular one, which control type you wanted, you can select that one. Most of the times we are showing like view text only, but in some cases if you want to show it means, then you have to choose the control type, this one. Okay, I told you, right? Only we can view the data in the display form. Display form is nothing but viewing. That's the reason the control type here, it will always be for each and every control type view option. View means only we can view. We cannot modify anything here itself. Understand? So there are different control types are there. Whichever control type you wanted, you have to just you need to choose that particular one. Understand clearly or not? Okay, so and one more thing is, suppose for example, see here, there is a first name and last name is there. In between, after last name, I want to put some gap into that one. Okay, between first name and last name, I want to put some gap. Between agent, that means after agent and customer number, I want to put, that means for each and every two column values, I want to put some gap into between these values. Then what I need to do is, in edit fields, okay, so here there are three dot buttons is there, right? In that you will have an option called add custom card. Okay, so whenever you add the custom card, this is a card, that means it will give some space between the column values. So where it is required, you have to put it there itself. See here, see, some gap is happening here, right? So if you want to decrease this gap, just you have to minimize this one, like this much of gap is enough. Then see, and so when you go here, you can arrange it properly. Okay, where is, what about that? This is the one, right? No, what is that card? So see here, this is the one, right? So this one, whenever you expand this particular, see, if you minimize this one, so whatever you wanted, see here, you need to keep it there itself. And actually it is in locked. Okay. And all the forms are in, by default, it is locked. Understand? So first you have to understand like how many, what columns you need to take it and everything. Okay. After that, we can discuss about the card related. Understand? So we can take the columns under, select that for particular form under the properties by clicking on edit fields, and which columns you required it, which columns you remove it, all the things you can do it here itself. Understand clearly? So, and one more thing is, suppose for example, I want to see here under the form, it's what columns you are taken in the form, those columns are available here. Okay, all the columns, see here, one second, all the columns it is automatically, it is arranged in a card format. Okay, this is a card. Okay, so that means it will shows in the box. Inside the box, what is the column name? Under the column, what value is there, it will be displayed. That we can call it as card. That means, so whenever you are putting inside that particular in a proper way, then we can change anything in that particular one, right? So that's the reason arranging the columns in a proper way. For that, they are taking a card. Understand? So by default, if you want to change anything, like suppose I want to change the column. See here, what is the column name here? Agent name. I want to change the column name to some space or something like that. I want to change the font. I want to change the color of that particular one. These are the different properties are there. If you want to do all these things means must and should, what you have to do is in a form, what cards you are taken for each and every card by default, it will be locked. Understand clearly? It would be locked. Okay, so you have to unlock that each and every card, and after that only you can modify that one. Understand clearly or not? Suppose, for example, if you want to unlock it, what you have to do? Select that particular card. On the right side, you will see advanced option. What is that? After the properties, there are another tab is also there. What is that one? Advanced. Under the advanced, click on that particular. There is a lock option, right? There is a lock icon, right? On the lock icon, click on it. It will be unlocked. Understand clearly or not? This is how you can unlock it. So for each and every card, that means for each and every column value, it will shows those values inside of the card. That means these cards are, and for arranging the proper column values, these cards are taken into this one. Okay, suppose for example, if you expand any particular card, I'm an agent name. This is an agent name related card. In the agent name, what values? There are two labels are there. Okay, where we can take the labels from here only. Insert, under the insert, see here text label is there, right? So they are changing the names in the like this: data card value 1, data card value key, like this. So that means why they are taking inside the card, why they are taking two labels means because inside the card we are taking the name of that particular column as well as showing the value. Two is required, right? That's the reason here it is showing. This card value means the value related, if you want to show it, those related here itself. Card key means the name of that particular. Okay, suppose if you want to do any changes on that particular card, inside the card, if you want to change the column name, suppose for example, I want to give for each and see here, the names are the each and every column name, it is combined and it will shows, right? I want to give some space. Then what I need to do? That means select that particular one. Okay. Okay. So what I need to do is I need to give the some space between the name. Agent space name. Like first space name. Like I want to change that one. Then what you have to do? Select that particular one. Go to the properties. There is an option text is there. Okay. Under the text property, you will see parent.display name. What is the meaning of this one is, I will tell you, don't worry. That means if this name is assigned to the parent, what is the parent here? That means these labels are available inside the card. That means card is the parent one and these are the child ones. Okay, so if you want to change anything in the child one means it is pointed to the parent. So in the parent itself, if you change it, then automatically in the child also it is reflected. That is the meaning of this one. Or else you can directly give the name. Like suppose for example, inside this one, like I'm giving like this. Okay, suppose agent. This also you can give it. But here when the Canvas app is created, so by default for each and every key, it is they are writing a one formula here, like parent dot display name. The meaning of this one is, what is the parent for these two related labels? Agent name underscore dot underscore data card one is there, right? That is the parent one. So if you want to change anything on these particular labels, if you change it on the parent, then automatically child will be reflected. So here, what is the option here? Parent dot display name. So go to the parent. What is the parent here? This card is the parent. So under the parent, there is a display name, display option is there. Okay, display property is there. In that property, if you change the name of that one, then automatically here also it will change. Suppose, for example, see here, I'm selecting this one. What is the parent here? This is the one. In this one, see here, if select the particular one and expand the properties, there are different properties are there. What is the property name? Display name. Okay, here what name is available, that name only it will be displayed here. That's the reason here it is showing like parent dot display name, means the meaning of this one is, what is the, these two are child, because under the card these two elements are there, right? That means these two are acts like a child, this one is the parent. So the meaning of this one is, you need to go to the parent one. Under the parent, there is a display name property is there. From there, you can change the name. Then automatically, I'm reflecting that particular name in the child. That is the meaning here. Or else, you can directly in the child itself, you remove this one and change the text to whatever name you wanted. Understand? So that is the meaning of this one. So I need to go to the, what is the parent here? So what is the parent here? That parent, I need to select it first. This is the parent. And under the parent, there is a display name property is there. In this, if I change some, give some spaces in between that name. See here. Once again. I think this is the data source column. There is another property. And this is the name of the particular column, data field. See here, this is a data field. In this data field, so data field means the name of that particular column. Here in Power Apps, what name it is showing, that name is available under the parent. You have to go to the data field property. Here, see here, I'm changing this one. It is not changing. Okay, so leave it about this one, or else you can directly change the particular one. Okay, you will have a text one, right? So remove this one, and what name you want it, you can change it here. Like suppose, for example, agent space name. You can change it directly here also. You can do that one. Understand clearly or not? Okay, this is how. So for each and every column, if you want to change the name means directly you need to select that particular one, and under that particular one, you have to unlock that particular value. Okay, you have to unlock it. Where you have to unlock it? Under the advanced, you have to unlock that card and directly go to the key value. Okay, under the key value, you can directly change the name of that particular. Here itself, you can change it. What name here it is? Like a first name, like this. Understand? So for each and every card, you can change like this. Understand? So unlock this one. Nothing will happen if you change it directly in the text. See, this is the text, right? That means this is the label only, right? This is the value, right? Nothing will happen if you change directly in the formula bar itself. Understand? First space name, like this. Okay, like this, whichever columns is required, you want to change the names like this, you can change it, but first you have to unlock that particular value. Understand? Like customer number also, I want to change it. So for that, you have to unlock this one, because directly, because it, whatever card you are taken, it will log that particular card, because due to some reasons, without knowing this, no one will change the column name, right? So that's the reason by default it will log that particular card. You have to unlock it and do the changes in that particular one. Understand? So here there is an option called a text write, not this one. The customer number will have like customer number. This name only you need to change it, right? So here you can take like customer number. Understand? So this location and VIP level also I need to change it. So unlock this one. Under the advanced, you have to unlock it. And after that, if you want to change the name means expand the card, and in the key only you need to change that particular one, right? So you have to select that one and change the name here, like VIP level. Okay. And next one is passport number. Also, I need to change it. So you have to select that particular one, unlock it, and change the passport number column. Okay. Understand clearly or not? Okay. Okay. And one more, see, like this, if you want to change under that particular card, what are all the different what are all the different elements it is showing? If you want to change anything on the element means, first you need to unlock the card and select that particular element. So this is the element. So in this one, so you will have a right side. Under the right side, you will have a different properties here, like text one. Like see here, there are different properties, and change the font of this particular one, change the font weight, font style. And if you want to like see here, whether you want to display it, show the one, or else if you want to increase the size, width or height, if you want to increase it, you can select that particular element, and right side of the properties you can do the changes. Understand clearly or not? This is one way. Someone is asking questions. Display mode is in view mode. Yeah, that already changed, like Lali. Okay, so I already changed it. see, these are all display modes. Always in the form itself, it is view mode only, it is available. We cannot change it to editable mode because this is a display. Okay, so because it is a display form, right? That's the reason. Or whatever columns you are taking, all it will shows in a view mode only. Understand? Will the column name change for all the cards or only one card we are changing? No, we need to change all the columns, Manaswini. You understand, right, Manaswini? I'm changing the columns each and every card value, right? How to unlock the card again? I told you, right? You have to select that particular. That means, okay, lock the card means what you have to do is you have to select that particular one and here itself, okay. So once you unlock it, you cannot lock that particular card again. Okay, once you unlock it, you cannot. So what is the purpose of lock and unlock means? By default, that is the behavior when you take any particular card itself, it is getting like that. If once you unlock it, if you want to lock, that means it is not possible. Understand? So no need to do that one. Why should we need to do that one? That means in this display form, we cannot do anything right here itself. That's the reason no need to do that one. Understand clearly? Is it clear? Manaswini, is it clear for you? Manaswini. Okay, so like this, we can do the changes for this particular card. Not only this one, for each and every element under the card, there are, if you select any particular element, you will have a different properties are available here. Okay, see here, that means, suppose for example, see here, if you want to increase the size of the, so whatever names are showing, I want to show it in a bold color. Then what you have to do? You have to select that particular element and change the font size for each and every one. If this is fine, you can say fine. So, or else you can, you will see the font size. Okay, this one. Font weight is like, suppose, for example, font weight is like normal, semi-bold, in bold format. See here, I'm selecting this one. Whenever I'm choosing this bold color, so for agent name, where is the agent name? So when you go up, see here, the value is changing like this. Understand clearly or not? Like this. Understand? Font style. If you want to show as the italic, underline, all these things here itself it shows. Okay. So if the overflow method hidden or a scroller, okay, if it is scroller, then you can scroll option will comes whenever you have more text is there. At that time, you can see the complete text means scroller option also it will comes. But right now you will see having a value like Andy campaign. It is a single two words related only. If you have more text, then we required if you want a scroll bar, then you can enable here itself. Understand clearly. Next one is display mode. Okay. In this display mode, always it is a view mode only. So no need to change anything here itself. And visible if you want to, if you show the value, then you always it is on. If you don't want to show the value, then click off it. Understand clear and like this. Okay. So if you want to change the width or height and anything, then you can do the changes here itself. Okay. If you want to change the colors of this particular one, you can change it. Understand? So these are the different options for each and every element in that particular card itself. If you know one option, one element related property, remaining all are elements only, right? All are label elements only, right? So one label element, if you know it, the same options you can apply it for others. Understand? So, and one more thing here it is, like suppose for example, here, when you show this one, like see here, it is showing actually what is happening here it is, when you go to the OneDrive connection, okay, under that, you will see that particular Excel, right? What is that Excel? Customers data, okay? Under the customers data, okay, suppose for example, See here, suppose for example, see here, okay, we are seeing like a date joined column and everything, but here only the date is there. But whenever we are showing that in power apps, along with the date, time is also displayed. But here, there also time is there. But here also time is there. But I am changed it to date. So that's the reason date only it will display. But whatever the date is displaying here, that related date only I need to display. But here, along with the date, time is also displayed. Suppose, for example, in the data source, if you change it to date and time related, okay. Suppose, for example, format number. Something like this. Okay. So date and time also it is there backend. So that value, but here we are taking only the dates. Time is not there. But time is automatically it will take in the power up. That means whenever the data is loaded for that particular date, whatever the time is there that it will display. But I want to change it to only date. Okay, that means if you want to change that particular one to date, then in Power BI, you have to use a format function, like whichever date format you want to display in Power BI, by using a format function, you can apply it. Here, also same like format, but the function name is text. What is that? What is the function name here? Text. Okay. So by applying the text function, you can change it to whichever format you wanted. You can display that one. See here. So first you need to unlock this one. For unlock this particular card, what you have to do, go to the advanced and you can unlock this one and select this one. Which one? This one. In this particular one only you need to change it, right? In place of parent dot default, you need to remove this one. And what function you have to use it? You have to use a function called text. What is that? Text. Text is the function. But in Power BI or related one, like we have to use format. In SQL Server also, format function is used to change which format of date you want to display. You have to use format function, but here text. So in this, which column it is? You have to select that one, comma. What is the format of which format you want to display the date? In the double quotes, you have to give that particular date format. Suppose, for example, I want to display like dd dash or like this dash yy, right? So this is in this format. If you want to display means you just need to provide that format. See, same function for format in Power BI also, but here the name only it is changed. There itself format, here itself it is a text. Okay, see here. So whichever date format, date value you wanted, you just need to apply the text function inside that particular column. Then automatically which format you are mentioned there, in that format only the date value will be displayed. Understand clearly? Here like this we can change that particular value dynamically. If you want to display means, then we have to use a function. Okay, don't worry, after completing all the screens we need to discuss individually what functions are available. All the functions practically I will show you. Understand clearly or not? So this is the one. And one more important point is, see, every time the title name, it is showing like a default table one or something. Like, so instead of showing this one, whichever record I am selected, that related record I want to show it here itself. That name I want to show it here. then what you need to do, select that particular one. Here you are giving a static value, right? Understand or not? Static value or not? So instead of this one, what I'm writing here is like see here. So whenever you type, like suppose if you want to display the field names, column names, if you want to display the column names inside the title, then how you can call? That means this is the field, right? So this field, in this particular field, that means this field is available inside the card, right? So inside the card, what name it is there? That means the card is the parent one, and under the parent, whatever elements are there, those are childs, right? So you have, that means inside that particular card, that card, what names it is showing, that names, if you want to show it in that particular label or something like that, then you have to call the card name directly this in this label, then automatically it will come here. Suppose, for example, agent. So inside, that means when you go back to the previous screen, like browse screen, here itself, some value it is showing, like 47. What is the 47 here? That means customer number. I want to display the customer number here itself. Based on the customer number, I can identify. That means in the title, I want to show the customer number or any column. Then what you have to do is, inside this one, so that customer number is available. Where the customer number is available, this is a customer number, right? This customer number is available inside the card itself. You have to call the, what is the card name here? Customer number underscore data card one. Okay, that you have to give it here. Suppose, for example, see here. Customer number card one, like see here, what number it is available inside that particular card, that value will be automatically, it will be displayed. Understand clearly or not? So like this, if you want to change the title based on the column fields, I want to display in the title. So directly, either you can give this one also, like see here. So instead of this one, like one second. So first name, I want to display the first name. See here, what is, see here, I'm showing like a data card key 19. What is the key 19 value here? This is the one, right? First name, that only it will be displayed. Suppose if I'm giving this value like a date, okay, inside this one, data card value 18. See, like this also you can give it, not only mentioning the card names, you can mention under the card whatever the whatever the labels are there, whatever the childs are there, you can directly call the child names there itself. Then those related values, it will be displayed there itself. Understand clearly or not? This is how you can change the dynamically in that particular title. If you want to change the dynamical, not only this one, suppose if you are giving like this. So if you are giving, what will happen? Suppose, for example, you're going back to this one and I'm selecting this one. Okay. When you select this one, that Kia related only it will show here dynamically. Suppose instead of this one, if you are giving static value there, then always it will shows what static value inside that particular one. Suppose Kia. I'm giving this one. Then always, if you select any particular record from the browse screen, always it will shows the title name as Kia only. See here, I'm selecting this one. Kia. Dynamically, it is not changed. So that's the reason. If you want to give the dynamically, means what element, in which label that particular value it is showing, you need to call that particular label in this particular one. Understand or not? Inside the text, you need to call that particular name itself. Okay. Suppose data card value. That if you call that one, or else the card name also you can display it. This is how you can change the name of the title names dynamically. Okay, this is about completely about display form. Okay, that means detail screen. Okay, so next, in the next class, we need to discuss about like what is edit one and everything that we can discuss in tomorrow's, and that means in the next class. Tomorrow there is no class. Okay, so Saturday there is no class. Again, we'll meet on Monday, but next Saturday classes will be there. Understand clearly? So we can stop it here and we'll continue in the next class. Google, see, I'm not adding the adding in the Google Classroom. Please check with Sham because he is the main person. Okay, understand clearly or not? You need to check with Sham Kundan. Understand? So that Sham will add you into the Google Classroom because I'm not the right access for each and everything. So for those related, for this links also, I didn't have any access. That's the reason. Please check with Sham. Understand? You will have Sham number, right? You can check with him. Understand, Kundan? Anyone having any doubts? Anyone? Online team? Lalli, Manaswini, Srinivasan. No. Who said like he asked to connect with faculty? I'm not getting, still now I'm not getting Google Classroom yet. They are Kundan, they only provide the Google Classroom to me. After providing that, I can add you into the Google Classroom. Still now I didn't get it. How can I add you into that Google Classroom? First, they need to create it and they need to send it to me so that I can, if anyone missing means I can add it to that one. Understand clearly? Yeah. Tell me, Rupesh. Yeah, Rupesh, tell me.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Sir, if the column value in the data source, if it is changed, then is it reflect into this screen?
No. See, what will happen here? It is how the column will be there in the data source. Same like that. If you want to display means no need to change any code. Understand?
Okay. Correct.
You understand, right? So
yeah, got it.
previously in the column, like in the data source VIP, there is no space and LEVL it is there. Okay.
Correct.
So automatically it will come. You no need to change anything. But if you want to change, that means you need to customize that particular column. Then you have to do this process.
Okay, sir. Okay, got it. Yeah, got it. Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. So guys, I will check with Shyam today. Okay. I need to call to the Shyam and asking like a Google Classroom. Once it is added, I will share all the documents in that particular one. Please check it. Understand clearly. Okay. Yes, Srivastav, like, see, once he's created the Google Classroom, definitely I will share it in that one. Understand, right? Srivastav. Yeah. So once they are providing the Google Classroom, then only I can share anything, because they only create the Google Classroom. So we need to wait for that one. Once they are added, then I can share it. You understand, right, Srivastav? So we can stop it here. We'll continue on Monday. Okay. Bye, guys.